Forgive me, Allison. What were your words?
I started off with listening, and then I said, like a snake. I felt like a snake shedding its skin. Like this phase that I'm going through in moving my home. I love that one um, prayer. I think I read it once in the group. It's when you establish a sacred circle and you honor the four directions. And the one to the south that he starts off with was to honor the the snake. He mentions a particular snake. I can't remember. And he says, please teach me the way of shedding my skin and treading lightly on the earth. I love that, treading lightly on the earth.
What does that mean to you?
Sorry, Jess, I'll answer that now. But the other thing that he writes is wrap your coils of light around me and allow no and allow me to shed to teach me, allow me to shed my skin as you do, and teach me to tread lightly on the earth. And I love that because it's about how we appreciate our home. The earth is our home.
And where's that feeling going to go?
Hmm. It feels to me like it goes towards the future.
Where was it?
And probably the past more than the present, right?
Uh, and it's the memories, right?
Mm.
Like the physical location of the home
Mm.
embedded, the feelings. So we believe, right? We believe that they're connected.
Mm.
And so to move homes is to fear never feeling that again. Or never having that again. That's the big piece. We fear we'll never have it again.
Mm. And there's lots that we won't have again, and some is positive and some is negative.
Yeah, and the ego just in this way just sees it all negative.
Yeah.
That's our tendency from people that struggle with it. So we're listening to the word surrender, like being and doing surrender.
Mm.
You know,
If you're being something, you automatically do
that's exactly the key.
it. Mm.
But what don't we pay attention to is the being. We focus on the doing. So the power is to set the being in alignment with the doing. And it's the
Mm.
catalyst, so it releases it. So it adds a fire, a spark to it.
Same as be how you want to feel and feel how you want to be.
Yeah.
Mm.
That being and doing, same thing.
And I think that being and doing is that we see them as one. They're one of you. And so I think about what helps me surrender. What significant learnings did I have around surrendering? The big one for me was to say, I don't know. And honestly believe it.
Yeah, and the leave it is like I don't care.
And could care very much. That doesn't matter.
It becomes the no attachment to the outcome.
Uh-huh, exactly. Yet passionate about the outcome. Passionate about the surprises that'll be revealed. So surrendering to I don't know. The flip side of that, or on the other side of that, was needing to know. And when I think about needing to know, like that takes me to school. Like, to do well in school was important to me. So I carry like that exists as a catalyst in all of my reality. And I don't think that's true, that I do know everything. I don't think that's true. I know it's not true. It doesn't it doesn't make it real in some situations. Meaning there's been times you know you're right and you look back and realize that you weren't.
Yeah, just once or twice, right?
Yep, just once or twice. So I don't think I'm alone in wanting to be right. Sorry, that's number two. The first one is having to know. So I don't know, surrendering to I don't know. And a close cousin of I don't know is I must be right. Right. So right is another one, another stubborn automatic that's right next to it. Right. So those are two big patterns of mine that I can be aware of that can shift a significant momentum in my life. If I can let them go. Acceptance is how we let them go. Surrendering is how we accept. And we have resistance to surrendering. We feel it's a give up. Admitting we lost. And if we hold that definition of surrendering, like I lose. If I surrender, I lose. If we hold that belief, right, there won't be any room.
No space.
Space.
And very difficult to have alignment with that.
Very, very just confusion and chaos. That we can't accept as chaos and confusion.
Yeah.
Like, just accept it so much that we can surrender it, so that we can find the peace in the chaos.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it's over there, and you wouldn't think it's through that gate, which is why we don't take it.
Mm.
Just some programming flaws that we've programmed.
Yeah, what I was also thinking is that when fear rules, or the need to be right rules, which covers up fear, then you don't go into the field very often. You stay in your cocoon. And I think that's why it makes alignment so much less possible. Because you really have to surrender to go into the field.
Yeah, you got to feel safe.
Say more about that, Pascal.
But what if everybody that harmed you is because they didn't feel safe?
Mm. You know, I've had the experience this year often where I say to myself, why do I imagine I have to have the answer? Why am I not opening and surrendering and allowing help? Why do I think I have to know how to do things that I've never done before? When I, on another level, know that I'm connected to everything.
Mhm.
And I have a temporary boundary, which is my body. But my body also has the mechanism for surrendering, for imagination, and for intuition. It's got both. Imagine a world where we were taught from day one to use our intuition and imagination more than anything else.
It would be
Hmm.
leaps. It would be so much different.
So different. So
Yeah,
different.
it wouldn't be many people working for other people,
No,
building their own, like building the other person's dream.
yeah. We'd all be building a big dream together.
That is the only way we can. That is the way it was meant to work.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was designed to work that way.
Uh-huh. And that's why babies have it and we don't.
Yeah, yeah,
And circle back around is it, but yet we do have it. We're just unaware.
yeah.
When we're unaware, that is all we're trying to get back to.
Yes. Yep. That's how valuable practicing awareness is.
Yep. The most valuable. It's like society has valued the doing. Like, what are you doing?
Mm.
And we don't care about the being because we can make that up. So if I say rock star, what do you see the rock star doing? When I say rock star, what image comes? What do you sense?
High energy. But
Wonderful.
it's also a limited expression of high energy. How do you make up being?
So how are rock stars being? So what would the being be of a rock star?
Mm.
If you were a rock star, what feeling would you have? The same ones you got today. But that's not the answer we seek or think we want.
Mm.
So being is the emotions for me, Allison. So it's being is the charge, is the energy. You could say the mood, right? The expression. Those are the words that I would encapsulate into being.
Mm. So the word embodiment comes up for me again.
Good. Uh-huh. And how I connect embodiment. Embodiment is the alignment of being and doing.
Yes. Yeah. But there shouldn't anyway, let me go for this. Shouldn't being encapsulate embodiment? Being is such a wide, vast landscape for me.
So being is empty for you.
Yes. And at the same time I can I follow your logic with it, and it rings true for me. So I'm beginning to wonder if there isn't a discernment, and with our lack of words, maybe we don't have the words to describe the discernment between the two ways that being play a role in our lives.
Well, the first thing I do is say, yes, I don't know. Why is that important?
Perhaps because it helps us give a direction, an orientation.
I think it lets go of the orientation that was already set in place.
Mm. That too.
Again, the automatic.
Mm.
Being is the automatic. That's why it's so hard to see. Which is why feeling, right, will drive the boat. And that is the trust, right, which allows for the being to embody.
Mm. It's so interesting.
Um,
I mean, what I was thinking was that there's being with a capital B and being with a small b. Like there is truth with a capital T and truth with a small t.
Yeah, same with the self.
Yeah, absolutely.
and that we have different words for them um, in a system that works.
God.
Works for now.
It works and it doesn't work, right? I mean, we've seen things here today. Just as we look at them, they're like, well, like that's set up as a like that is momentum to build on each other. But why is it momentum building in my life? Is because we have a tug of war between these yin and cans.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love to and I can't. Like those are kind of like the opposites of each other. We wouldn't assume them to be direct, but it's like our language, that's the dimension of our emotions that are wrapped up into it that, well, look, don't allow us to surrender. We think we lose. There's such a majority of people think they lose if they surrender.
Yeah.
These are your competitive folks, your ambitious folks. That is why they fight, why we fight surrendering. Because that means we're giving up. And what does a visionary never do? Gives up. Now it happens. And it's sad when it does. It's just one, they're no different. Everyone has their thing. That's just one I can relate with. Surrender can lead to peace. And in this game of life, that is what we're aimed for. It gives our being the best opportunity to embody the doing.
Peace is our true self. So we're just
Yeah.
aligning with it.
Yeah. But and our perceptions and expectations, right, have a very strong foothold in how we see things. Which means it's a very limited space of how we think it needs to or can happen. Yeah, so falling off the cliff of I don't know was peaceful.
Mm. Mm.
Why do I say falling? Because man, did it remove a lot of layers in a very short time. And the next one was that I'm right. So it was my fight to be right. That was my charge. It's like I had to be right. And again, like I had to be right. I had to one up you.
Our society teaches you if you don't know what's right, you won't be safe and you'll lose out. Which is an illusion. It's a complete illusion. Especially when you look at the world today, the state that it's in.
You know, we're all waiting for that situation to give us peace.
Mm. Mm. For that perspective.
We're waiting for that moment that everything will line up forever in peace. We can't even get a moment of our life to show up in peace. How are we going to coordinate that together?
Exactly.
Well, we all have to find it ourselves inside of us with whatever is going on around us. We have to accept the peace of that as part of the trust is that that's part of nature's plan. That's what I'll surrender to. It's like to nature.
Yeah.
Seems like they've been around long enough to know what works. Now, that's just my beliefs, and I do not insist you carry them as yours or carry them. It's, and I know I'm free to change them. So peaceful power is surrendering.
Yes.
Surrendering with terms. I like that. That breaks the victim mold. So, Allison, I think our being is the aspect of us that is charged emotionally. That's the best I can explain them, our being as.
So then what you're also saying is that we can, that in the way that you describe it, there are infinite ways of being.
Uh-huh.
And some are small and some are vast.
Uh-huh.
It makes sense.
Degrees, but it's all what it matters on what word we use to describe it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it, right? Is that the beauty of the word you use to describe it gives the unique perspective.
Yeah.
And when I'm right, I shut off that exchange.
Yeah. The exchange between the field and your body.
Yeah. Now, I never heard the word field um, until 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm.
Yeah, 4 years ago. But what I did know was God. That's what I did know. Um, and didn't know anything else. And went to prove that there wasn't a God. Never did.
Or maybe it was more that you went to prove that the way in which God was perceived didn't exist.
Mhm. Um, I got forced fed what it is. And I didn't like that.
Mm.
I don't like to be told what to do. I don't like rules that I don't understand. You can see all of this just building itself up every day of life as a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are layers and layers of surrendering, of listening.
And infinite layers of being. Right. You think about how many life forms there are and have been. Pascal, what was your word this morning? I forgot.
Hmm. I didn't really have one.
Okay. Hmm.
Good morning, Jesse. Good morning, Joda. Good morning, Alison.
Morning.
Good afternoon, Heinz.
Hmm? What?
How are you today?
Oh, I've just been talking with Evan.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm doing great. I'm exploring more and more. Sort of like I told you, I
and
found out what my center was. Now I'm exploring it. Like happy, happy. I'm more like, Misa, I want to tell you some stuff.
Good, go for it.
Yeah. I've learned a lot about myself. I really enjoyed this Saturday by opening up and doing what Pascal would do, taking a little mushrooms and diving into myself and found out what my centers were. Being happy and not that serious. Not that serious don't mean I'm not serious. It just means I don't take everything so, what do you call it? I don't go down over, well, the world is coming to an end. It had to happen sometime.
Exactly. And in many ways, it comes to an end every day.
Yeah. A new day begins every day.
Yeah.
And we become a new version of ourselves and we step into it.
Mm. Mm.
And I had a great night's sleep in one way. It was not, I slept what, 5.5 hours in a row. I think
Wow.
it's been months, maybe years since I've done that 5.5 hour, and then I got 3 more afterwards. So wow, it was a great. But the last hour and a half, I was just waking, sleeping, because whoa, the dreaming sort of got very intense.
That's
But it happens.
amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. You sound very different this morning.
I just did what we talked about the other days. Dove into that happiness and just let it flower. If it's what I am, why shouldn't I be it?
Congratulations.
So what have you been talking about today?
We're talking about surrender.
Ooh, that's what I
And
did. I surrendered to myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. To all that you are.
Yeah. And it may not be much, but it's good enough for me. I don't think about much or little or whatever. I just think it's who I am, and why not be it? Why try to fit into this world when I fit in just great as I am? I don't want to change. If I change, it's because it's what I plan to do. It's not because somebody tells me to.
Yeah.
Surrender. Mm.
That was Jesse's word.
Yeah.
And my phrase was shedding my skin.
Mm. That's changes by your body's choice, your choice.
Yeah. Yeah,
Natural
that's true.
changes. Natural changes, like we say.
I was
Not
thinking,
sorry.
no, that's okay. I was thinking about this one prayer that I often use. It's a shamanic prayer.
A what prayer?
It comes from the Andes, I think, it translated.
Oh, I thought you said it's a demonic prayer.
No, no, shamanic.
Shamanic. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it would be new that a demon knew how to pray. Yeah, but go on.
So the first verse, which I love, but I often can't remember, goes like this: To the winds of the south, great serpent, wrap your coils of light around me. Teach me to shed the past the way you shed your skin, to walk softly on the earth. Teach me the way of beauty. Isn't that gorgeous?
Mhm. And there's 4 verses to that, right?
Yeah, 4 plus another 2.
Yeah.
You
And
want to have more?
it ends with the serpent of the north.
No, it ends with
No?
it just hang on a second. It ends with the winds of the east.
Winds of the east.
Yeah, and then it goes to Mother Earth, and then Father Sun, Grandmother
Oh,
Moon, to the stars and nations. Great Spirit, you who are known by 1,000 names, and
I
you
would
who
be,
are the unnameable one. Thank
I would,
you for, sorry, Hans. Thank you for allowing me to sing this song of life another day. I love this prayer. It's
I like
so
it
beautiful.
because it addresses everything.
It does. It really does. It addresses the fundamentals, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the work that these people do is so integral to life, or to love and compassion, I think.
Mm.
And to light. Right?
Yeah. Even darkness. The moon only shines in the dark.
That's right. So when I say light, I mean the light that there is beyond the contrast.
Mm.
Mm.
My word will be embrace.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hooked on those E's.
Sorry,
I
Hans.
found I'm really hooked on those E's. E, E. I've been
I
doing
mean,
E for
yeah, easy.
yeah, ooh, easy embrace. Mm. Yeah. And what was Pascal's word then?
Yoda didn't have a word this morning. He just had his presence.
Oh, what did he get?
You must ask him, but
Uh, hmm.
Somebody had a big sneeze.
That was my son. That was my son. He needs two doors. Two doors you could hear him through.
He doesn't leave any space for the spirits to come in, right?
Learned that from the master himself, me.
Hmm.
It's better
Like
to
my,
go all out than just going out.
yes, exactly. My grandmother used to sneeze like that, and I used to jump.
Yeah. I say, what you haven't got in your hand, you can't hold. So you gotta release it.
Hmm.
It's pure release. The purest form of it. Nah, it's not that pure. It's filled with whatever is inside of you. But you need to get out. I'm just getting more and more happy since this Saturday. I'm just
Hmm.
didn't think I could become more happy, but it's like, yeah, why try to fight it?
You
Might as well take
expand.
it. Yeah, might as well enjoy it and take it for the ride. Go with it on the ride. Just enjoy myself and be happy. And it's like
Absolutely.
one happiness leads to even more happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Compounding happiness. Good morning, Hunnings.
Good morning, Jesse. Welcome back.
Thank you. Now I'm just making lunch.
Hmm.
For
Making
only
lunch
you or
with
for the
love.
family?
Yeah.
For me and Troy.
Whoa, yeah. And he'll appreciate that and enjoy his dinner. One more E, enjoy. I see you, Jesse. You switched from the P's now. I thought you were on PPP. Power.
Yeah, I am. And it's branching out.
And that's the way you get to explore more.
That's right. It's within.
Hey. So how's your friend doing today, Alison? Better?
She's holding in, I would say. I don't I'm not expecting, and yeah, it's going to take a long time. This is a big reorganization in herself, right?
As long as she's present with the realization, then she'll
I
get the
think,
most.
yeah, and she is that, and I feel safe about that. That makes me, you know,
Yeah.
and she can she can at least be with me when I'm with her on the phone.
And it's a
Thank
good
you,
thing you
Father.
are. It's a good thing you are for her on the phone because she gets very much released by just speaking it to you.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I know so because before I did this, I didn't speak to other than she. And
Yeah,
the more I speak with, the better I get.
yeah, yeah.
It's sort of going from acceptance to just allowing everything to be like it is.
Yeah. It helped a lot yesterday, to speak and ask for you guys to give input.
That's good.
Yeah, thank you.
That's why we are here, to change the frequency.
That's right. That's exactly it.
And if I can spread some happiness to you and you can give it to her, then the rings are moving outward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pascal, you've been so silent. It's not like you. No, no, no. Yoda's meditating. He's not being silent.
Mhm. I've been listening.
Mm.
Mm.
Good morning, everyone. This is Kalis. Carla.
Morning, Kalis.
Yes.
Had a good night's sleep?
Yeah, pretty good. How about you, Heinz?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm so happy. So happy.
Oh, good. Nice.
I found the more I do happiness, the more I get it.
Yeah. The sun is shining.
So pretty.
Mm. It always brings a good mood.
Yeah.
We had a lot of changes in the weather in Denmark. It started the day with rain, now the sun's up. But that's Denmark.
It's been like that this week here, too. Pouring rain and then sun in the same day.
Mm.
But I love the change in weather.
Yeah. It makes you appreciate it way more.
There's a term, thermal delight.
That's a lovely term.
Yeah. It's the feeling of elation you have when you come in from the cold or go outside into the warmth, you know,
Mm.
when the temperature changes.
What was it you called it? It was a delight, something delight.
Thermal delight.
Thermal delight. Mm.
Yeah, when it suddenly gets warm or cold and you feel good.
Yep. So how's your head and your neck doing?
It's doing okay. I have physio this morning.
Mm.
yeah, I don't know. It's a very slow process so far still. Yeah.
It is when it has something to do with the spine
Yeah.
and the head.
I think also I'm supposed to be a lot more diligent than I have been. Like I just can't keep track of my days well enough to do my physio exercises. I'm supposed to do minimum of 3 times a day. He said I should be doing them 3 to 5 times a day, and I do them like 2.
The most important thing is you're doing it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know how 2 weeks have gone by, but
It's just learning to increase your awareness. That's why we all forget about things, right? We get distracted.
Yeah. It's funny how easy we distract when it has something to do with our health.
That's very true.
It's like, oh, it's only me. Why do I need to do that? I'll wait. I'll put it off.
yeah, definitely prioritize things that you're doing for other people, right? Commitments
Yep,
you've made.
exactly.
Yeah, I can understand that. Hold this one. Yeah.
But everything we're doing during the day is sort of like physiotherapy. It's just not that focused.
Yeah.
As long as we are focused on lifting correctly, moving our head and back
You're right.
correctly, then we are training it.
Good morning, Kaylis.
Good morning, Jesse.
You got a word for us this morning?
Elation.
Hmm.
Why that one?
Um, I guess because I looked outside at the leaves in the sunshine moving in the wind, and I felt so excited about it that I felt like I lifted above the bed just for a moment.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Now I know what that word means to you.
Yeah. Also, I feel like I kind of relate it to uh being relieved of weight, you know?
Mm.
And I'm practicing setting aside things that I feel like I'm carrying, you know? So today's my first day of that, practicing allowing myself to set things down and feel light. And then when I choose to engage with them, I'm practicing on trying to lift them in a way that's, like physio.
Mm.
mindfully.
Thank you. My word for today is surrender.
Surrender. And why?
Hmm.
Right back at you, Jesse.
Because to do what you want, right? Like as you spoke about elated, right?
Yeah.
To accomplish what you want, you have to surrender.
Mm.
Because it won't look like what you think it does.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Most of the things rarely look like we expect them to.
What I find is that the right things to pick up the right way goes pretty good.
Yeah.
It's the wrong thing. So all I got to really pay attention to is when I'm not doing a good thing, do a good thing.
Well,
Yeah.
Otherwise, we drive ourselves crazy thinking we got to pay attention to every moment of everything and be on a strict schedule.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but I don't like schedules because that's something's telling me what to do.
Yeah,
Not a-
I'm very against authority as well.
So when you face it, then what is your tendency?
It's to kind of like grin, nod, and go, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, okay. And then I go and I do not what I was told until I I feel like what you described is kind of the way that I find myself doing things I need to do as well. It's if I can just remind myself to check in and see how I feel about what I'm doing, and then consider what might make me feel better and do that instead, rather than thinking, oh, I told this person or I've been told to do this, if I think about that I should be
I see
doing
your
something.
type.
Yeah. I remember when I met you, I was so annoyed. I was like, he's trying to figure me out.
What if I said you're a complier?
A complier?
Yes.
What's that mean?
A complier. A complier will comply.
What is comply again, though?
Capitulate.
What's capitulate?
It means the opposite of surrender. It means you. Well, for me, it's the opposite of surrender.
Compliance
is
is
surrender is allowing.
yeah.
Compliance is doing what you're told to do.
Yes. So you think that I'm one who does that? Oh, that's funny.
What you
You're trying to get me.
explain. That's what
Yeah.
you explained to me
Yeah,
that
I
you
see.
did.
I see.
I named it. I only named it.
No.
And when you said like other people, right? Other people expect things from me. Do you see that you are complying to what you've put down as your expectation?
You're right.
We all do it just to.
Oh,
Mine
no,
was
I
to
do
fight to be
lot,
right.
though. Yeah.
are you right, Jesse?
Oh boy, that was my fight. And if you didn't hear me, right, I got frustrated and anger. That's where it led to me. That's what fighting leads to.
So, but when you say that I'm a complier, I feel defeated,
Good. Surrender to it. Surrender to being a loser. See, this is why we can't surrender, because it's like, oh God, I'm a loser. Yeah, you are.
Actually,
okay.
one of my favorite songs is What's Life Without Losers.
with
Uh-huh.
athletes.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I'm
See,
quite
it's always putting the loser as someone else, but never on ourselves.
yeah, no, I'm quite happy to be a loser.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yes.
good.
That's why I
Yes.
get quite annoyed with people when I see them judging people because they seem like
Yeah.
tacky or whatever. I'm like, fuck that, you know?
The losers will often fight to do better. The winner would sort of
Definitely.
like, I'm the winner. I can just relax in this position.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm quite
The
yeah.
point is the automatics. The automatics is how we were raised and grown up, and whether we're fighting for something, right, or complying, like bending to the rule of it, right, to comply usually is to be a good boy or good girl,
Mm.
right? This is the basics of our automatics. That's all we need to do is wake up to, be aware of, and see them. And that is all the heavy lifting we need to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's beautiful, as soon as we say words, it throws up defenses like surrender. It's like, oh my God, if I surrender, I'm going to lose.
Yeah.
That's in the background of our society. So what won't we ever do? Surrender. Now we can learn to surrender, to let it go. It's like, oh, it's really not that big a deal that I'm right or wrong. There's infinite possibilities.
If I do what other people tell me to or not, did you understand? I just want to make sure that I communicated properly what I was saying. Because I find it harder to do what I want to do if someone has told me to do it.
Supplier, I know. Of course it's hard, but is there another way?
Sorry. I'm not sure.
Is there another way?
Nah.
There's got to be another way. There's always another way.
Well, another way to what? To which part? I don't understand. Yeah. I mean, actually, what I find if I take the time to do it, I can do, if someone has told me to do something that I was wanting to do or planning to do anyway, if I take the time to sit with the thing that they've told me to do and make it about how that thing contributes to what I want for myself rather than keeping it attached to the person who's told me to and why they want me to do it, then I can do it.
So just shifting your perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. And I find that that's helped me in, yeah, I think you can kind of change your experience of almost everything with that, you know.
Yep.
Good.
That is the
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the point, that it's not a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as we want to believe or tell ourselves that there is a way,
Yeah.
the truth of it is there isn't.
Yeah.
There are more effective, but that's a whole other category.
Yeah.
All I was doing was playing with our snags, right? Our snags that catch us, our charges that have a snag.
Yeah.
The joy of those snags, it's either it snagged me or it's your snag or it's both of our snags.
Yeah.
Never can tell till we dive into it, look back and say, oh, whatever that was.
Yeah.
Question. What does snake mean? What does snake
Snake.
mean?
Snag.
Snag.
It's like have you ever been fishing?
Oh.
Yep.
Okay, so have you ever snagged a fish?
No, I normally snag the bottom of the ocean instead.
There you go. So yes,
Bottom
snagging,
of the
yes.
ocean, eh?
Yep, you're getting hung up, right? You're getting hung up on
Oh,
something other than, I mean, fishing doesn't guarantee you're gonna catch.
nope.
I
What
love
happens
how
that,
I'm sorry, James.
when I think of snagging fish, usually you'll catch them in the side, right? You'll catch them in the side or the tail, right?
Oh,
And you
that way.
snagged them. They did bite it, but you snagged them.
Oh, that way.
Yeah.
So it's getting hooked on.
Yep, getting
Yeah.
hooked on. Yep, getting caught and trapped by it. It's like trapped by our charges.
Yeah.
Mm.
It hurts, so it's like the best snags are the ones that hurt.
Hmm.
Just look at them, surrender. Oh, that's why I chose surrender today.
Oh.
And surrender brings space.
You
Oh,
know,
man.
elation could also allow you to get out of a snag.
You bet it can.
Maybe,
If you lift yourself out of it.
yes.
Huh.
But you've got to do something first before you lift yourself.
Oh, fine. You have to allow yourself to be elated. You have to surrender. I get it.
I think that's
No, I
right.
think you're right. I know.
There it is. I think
Very
you're
good.
right. I think you're right. That's
Oh,
now
yeah,
the
you like
question
that?
goes, how
You
much
like
did
that,
you
huh?
believe it? How much did you believe it?
No, I did. I just didn't want to.
You know what
Yeah,
they
well,
say
I got
about
it.
believe?
Well, because you've
Believe
used
in that
surrender
way?
as your word of the day before, and it just feels like an easy one.
Oh, but it's not so easy to do.
I know, but it's an
First,
easy answer.
But there are infinite ways in which one has to surrender.
Right, right.
first you have to be aware of what you surrender to.
Yeah.
Then you
Yes,
can be aware
exactly.
of the awareness.
That's right.
The deeper
Yeah,
you
that's
go, the more answers you get.
yeah.
That's why you went to the bottom of the ocean, Heinz.
Yep, I was going for that. For like when you're in the tub and you're pulling the plug, and I'm always looking for that one.
Yeah.
Then I'll go out where there's no more ocean and plant the flag and say, this hasn't been discovered. This is my place. Yeah, I read history. That's how they did it. Find a place no one's been before and plant your flag, and it's yours.
Mm.
Wow. Those two in combination, you guys just described my homework from therapy yesterday.
Wow.
That's cool.
It is cool. Well, guys, I have to go. I've got to start doing my chores. It was a great
Yep.
morning. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm happy I caught you guys.
Do you want to stay
Yeah.
on?
I also
we're-
have to shower before
Okay.
physio.
Yep. All right, guys.
You all have a blessed day.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye,
All right.
Yoda.
See
Bye
ya.
all. Love and hugs.
Yoda.
Love and hugs.
Love and up.
Nice.
what you do. Let's go.